Some of you might have joined the show yesterday, and yesterday I had the honor to welcome David from the company Dexterity, a very cool young company from California in the intralogistic business where they use robots and physical AI to load and unload trucks with parcels. So today I invited my dear colleague Dieter, hello Dieter, because we would also talk about things from intralogistics. The application yesterday was basically packing and unloading of a truck, but the parcels were already there. And I saw on the video there was a conveying belt and parcels arrived and they were put into the truck. Now you have a new controller with you, the MDR controller, and you told me this is somehow specific for conveyors.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
what does MDA stands for?
MDA stands for motor-driven roller. So in that case, the motor itself, so the BLDC motor, is directly integrated in this roll.
Okay.
So you can control actively each of these rolls.
Okay. So basically this is the electric connection to the motor and it's controlled, and usually then there is the conveyor belt on top of these motors, or how can I imagine this?
Yeah, exactly in that way.
Okay. Okay, clear. A motor needs power, a motor needs control, so why do we need a special MDR box? Because if I take a quick look here, we have so many field bus boxes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure one of them can run a motor. So why now do you have this MDR box with you?
This is special for this kind of motors. So we can control 2 or up to 4 motors with one controller. Okay. And it's different to that what you see here. In reality, these cables are not as short as here. Okay. So in reality, we have 1.5 meters on the left side and 0.5 meter on the right side. So in total, we have 2 meters. And that's typical for such a transport zone, which are mostly used in the intralogistic branch.
Okay, so it comes already with the cable attached to it.
Exactly.
To simplify the installation process, or what is the reason behind that?
Yeah, the main reason is costs.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't need any cabling in between. That's one point, so it reduces the cost of the cabling, but also the time for the installation.
Now, what cable are already attached to it? So the green one is obviously EtherCAT. What else is integrated?
The green one, as you mentioned, it's a EtherCAT cable where we go daisy chain from one zone to the other. Okay, therefore, we have these 2 meters.
EtherCAT in, EtherCAT out to the next
one. Right.
Okay.
Then we have additional IOs, 2 for each motor, to detect the package, for example, or the end position where you have to stop the motor or something like that. And the yellow ones are for the motors. Here 2, and here you have 4 of them.
Okay, and then the bigger one at the bottom is daisy chain of power.
Right.
Okay, so basically 2 sensors, 2 motors, 2 sensors, 2 motors makes a 2-channel box or a 4-channel box. Now, I don't see any safety functions, because I believe if every motor now at 2 meters need to be controlled, so how do we realize safety in this concept?
Yeah, here we have it's really unique on the market actually. So we have safety integrated and safety over EtherCAT. Yeah. So there is no need for any kind of parallel wiring, additional components like relays or conductors to switch off the power to the motor. Everything is done by the terminal or by the box, and you can control this from your software, not in hardware.
Yeah, see, we're still in this box thing. Official thing is MDR controller. I think that's how we call it, because it's much more than just a box. Okay, so all functions, features integrated, cables integrated. So the main benefit is then the compactness, or are there other benefits of this device?
The main benefit, of course, it's cost for the customer. Okay. Yeah. So you have one controller, no parallel cabling due to the EtherCAT integration, and the cable, no cables in between. So and connectors are quite expensive. So therefore, it's a huge benefit for the customer.
But is this a product only for intralogistics, for conveying, or are there other applications in mind?
It's a huge, big market for us, of course. But every machine builder has something to feed in the machine, feed out. So every machine builder has as well material handling in their machine. So they also can use it, because it's not only made for this kind of rolls. So you can control every kind or each kind of BLDC motors.
Okay. And when can we start to use this?
Yeah, that's also quite good, because the 2-channel one is already available, so you can order it, we deliver it. We already sold a few hundreds of them. And the 4-channel one, we are in the last steps. So we think in the next 2-3 months, so mid of Q2, we also deliver that one.
Okay. Well, this is excellent news. So thank you for giving some insights on the NDR controller box. Good luck on the trade show.
Thanks.